Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Sparkle with Tyler. My name is Tyler, and I am here for another WIP Chat. And today I am working on Spiritland Castle again by Moonbound Studio. Not sponsored, not affiliated. And today I figured I'd hop on and chat a little bit again about what happened this week, as well as talk a little bit about the new releases I'll be getting today, since it's Saturday for me right now, from the new releases from DAC, and just chat a little bit about the other stuff going on this week. And so, for the new releases from DAC this week, the only one I'll be picking up is the new Mrs. Buttered. Super cute, super pink, like a standard Mrs. Buttered. And there's nothing really else I'll be getting, so not sure if I'll be using points, since it's, I think, $59.99 before discount codes, and I'm not sure what the plan is. So, but it's super cute, super duper pink. I imagine that one will be a really like high color blocking painting. But hopefully once I get it, I can do an unboxing for you guys, gals, and everyone in between. And then from there, today will be hopefully a lot of work in progress stuff on this painting. And it's also Father's Day weekend in the US for whoever's watching. So we'll be doing some Father's Day related stuff around our house. And then still haven't worked on the closet. But earlier this week, and I'm not sure why I didn't talk about this earlier, I had entered some stuff in the county fair, and I'm not sure why I didn't talk about this. So let me get some better light on in here. So let's see. It should be a little better. There we go. Okay. So I'm not sure why I didn't talk about this previously. It seems such like a dorky thing. But I told my friends at a group I work at way earlier this year, and I was like, look, everyone, why don't we just like put ourselves out there and enter some stuff in the fair this year. We work so hard on all of these projects that we do. Why don't we enter them in the fair? And some of the things that my friends do are just stunning, y'all. So several of us were like, okay, let's do it. We'll do it. And then time came and went, and it was like early April, and I touched base with them, and a whole bunch of people had flaked, or at least said, hey, like, I don't have anything ready. Like, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, right? And I realized, oh my gosh, like, I was the person who started all this, who instigated, and I haven't entered my stuff. And I had one friend who had already submitted her stuff, and I was like, oh, now I'm locked into this. So I submitted my 2 things, because the category I was submitting for, there's a limit. And I turned it in the nick of time, y'all. So I think I had like less than a week left before they closed the category out, because I wasn't paying attention. And it was, it felt really like scary, honestly, because when you enter something, one, you're literally putting something in to have someone judge your work, right? And I feel confident in the work that I do, but at the same time, I don't put myself out there to have people judge me, right? That's not the point, typically. So I entered my stuff and it was due mid-May. And then I had to build my frames. And with work being what it was, I didn't get that done until like a week or less before it was due to be submitted. Yeah, this was not my finest hour. But I had a really, really good time learning how to make my frames for these projects. And I'll post pictures once maybe the fair is over. And maybe someday I can go over how I made those frames if there's any interest. But making the frames and learning how to use the tools to do it was a really fun but exhausting project. So anyway, I digress. Got that project done and then went and submitted these 2 diamond paintings to the fair, and it ended up being Santa's Surprise, which is a Spangler, and I ended up doing another Spangler just because those were the ones I finished, and that was Boo. So they were relatively large, and I went with the same friend who, because it was only the 2 of us, and we submitted our stuff. Super easy process, by the way. And then, we left our stuff in the hands of strangers and left. Our fair has a really cool event, which happens the night before our fair, technically starts, which is called, a preview night. And every person who has submitted works for homemade or for photography, whatever it is. If you've submitted items, then you get to come to preview night and see your work exhibited. And they do a beautiful job, just to put that out there. When we walked in, my stuff was kind of in the front. It was really cool. I walked in and expected not really be able to find my things. And it was really, really cool. So they didn't win anything, which I wasn't super surprised, to be honest. But, because a lot of people still don't really understand diamond art around here. But they were set up pretty much in the front. And on top of that, they were presented next to all of these winners, and it was validating. So that was really cool. And then my friend who entered something, she didn't win 1, 2, 3, but first, second, or third, but she won this special award. I don't know. It was this green ribbon, and it was I think they call it a donated award. So it was a special consideration for her work. And so I'm so super duper proud of her. And her work is beautiful. Just as a side note, it's so beautiful. She's such an incredible cross stitcher. So it was just, I think for both of us, really validating. I wish her other piece that she had entered had won something, or at least had not been put in the back, because I think it took her several years to complete. But, I mean, the fact that she won anything made me so happy, because she deserves it. Not to say that other people's work isn't amazing, but I've seen the amount of time and effort and just attention to detail she puts in, and my heart's so happy for her. And, it doesn't hurt to me that she's this incredibly awesome person. So her stuff was also, it was on a different, I don't know what you'd call it, A-frame. But her stuff was also kind of near mine, so that was really exciting. And I don't know. I can't say it's a proud mom moment because I'm not a mom, but it felt just super excited and proud for her. And again, it's like super validating because we put ourselves out there and it was vulnerable, and it just, she won something. I'm super excited. So the best of show ended up being, I was kind of surprised, but at the same time, I kind of wasn't. It was, I think, this handmade lace. And at first glance, if you don't really understand how lace is made, it wouldn't look like much, but it was, oh my gosh, this person must have had the best eyes or the best magnifiers or both that exist, because the lace that was made, you could barely even see this. I don't know if they're called stitches. Maybe someone can help me with this. But like the finished piece was maybe no more than an inch by 2.5 or 3 inches long, and it was immaculate. Must have taken them ages to make. It was just stunning. So I'm glad they won. So it's just, yeah, I encourage people, if you've ever been on the fence about it, to enter, even if you just do it for the experience, and you don't know, or you don't think you're going to win. It's not really about that. It's about participating in your community. And on top of that, you never know if you're going to win. So, like my friend, she didn't know she was going to win. I certainly thought she could. But you never know what your entry will spark in someone, like what kind of joy. There was another, there was an entry, I'll give you an example. Someone had entered their collection of Pokemon amigurumis. And I can tell you, my little childhood heart just was overjoyed. There was another person that submitted this plushie of, I'm going to call it the Creature of the Black Lagoon, and it was the cutest thing in the world. And so you never know, one, what joy you're going to bring to someone. Two, it's just a really good experience and a practice, I think, of putting yourself out there. And three, I can tell you, it made me finish my projects. So just in, wrapping it back to the WIP Chat conversation, it can put a fire under you. And it kept me accountable to my friends and a promise I made to myself. So that a lot of times is my work, is being true to some of the things that I said I was going to do. And, I think I've said this in other videos. It's, the ADHD is real. So, yeah, so that was the fair. And, and they gave us free fair tickets. So not only did we get to go to exhibitor night, but I still have fair tickets. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I had intentions to go, because that big of a crowd kind of freaks me out. But it's still cool. I didn't expect that. Not at all. So, side note, we're making great progress today. This is nice. If I can get this square done, I'll be right back. I just spilled stuff everywhere. So if that wasn't a real life diamond painting moment, I can't tell you what is. Just went to go put stuff in containers and dropped it everywhere. If you haven't done it yet, you will. But all is well. So it is what it is. Please ignore my neighbors going into the garage if you can hear that. Maybe this will make up for it for those of you who like the noise. But yeah, what's going on for the rest of the weekend? Mentioned it's Father's Day in the U.S. It's also Pride Month, so for those that participate, happy Pride. And overall, things are going pretty okay. really grateful for that. I'm taking some time off from work, which is almost unheard of. I'm taking a couple days off next week, and I'm already just like, it's kind of like a broken cardinal rule, right? I'm supposed to be resting, and I have in my head all of it already planned out. So I'm like, I'm gonna get so much diamond painting done, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and in the back of my mind, I'm sitting there going, isn't that the opposite of what I'm supposed to be doing? But we'll see. We'll see. I am just grateful that I get to take time off at all, and understanding that that in itself is a privilege is not lost on me. But I don't know, maybe with that time off, I'll be able to get this painting done. I know you can't see it from where you're at, but I have this section 2, 3, 4.5 left. So completely doable. And that would get me one step closer to that goal for this year of 12. Unrealistic, but it's possible. I'm not going to keep it completely out of my mind. You know, if I could participate in jingle drills this year, that would be great. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but that's kind of the one I would really like to participate in. If I can only do one, well, I guess I'd really like to do two, because I'd like to do, what's the Spangler one called? I love to do the Spangler event as well, and I think that's November. Just because I have all the Spanglers, and that's, you know, that's kind of quote-unquote my thing. Why not participate in the one for my favorite artist? So it's gonna be tight if I finish all my current WIPs and try and do flower buns and try and do 2 you know, DP alongs. But it's a day by day thing, and I'm happy right now. And I think that's really all that matters. And I'm just, I don't know, I'm just kind of pausing here because, yeah, goals matter and it's something to attain but the ultimate goal of this hobby, the reason I picked it up, is because I enjoy it. And I think putting too much pressure on oneself diminishes the entire point of why I started this hobby, the point of this hobby, the point of coming on here and sharing with people. I wouldn't be here talking to you right now if I wasn't enjoying myself, and putting too much pressure into the situation is going to diminish that. So I think on that note, I think I'm just going to remind myself, and if anyone else needs to hear it, just have fun with it. Enjoy it every day. Look at the little bits of progress and kind of just remind myself, yourself, that every single dot placed, is kind of a metaphor for life, I guess, is progress, and it matters, and you're doing great. That it's not a race. It's not about getting everything done at once. And ultimately, it will get done. It might pile up, but ultimately, It will get done, or it won't. And sometimes you're going to have to call in the cavalry and say, hey, friend, I need help. Can you grab a diamond painting pen and help a sister out? And that can be really fun. And it can also be kind of funny. And it's okay. So I hope you have a great week. I hope, well, I'll probably talk to you sooner, but if I don't, I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great next couple days diamond painting. I hope you are safe. I hope you are happy. And I hope that there is sparkle in your life. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.